You're watching Chicago Bears Now. I am Harrison Graham, your host as always. Appreciate everybody submitting their questions. We'll go ahead and jump on into Alan to kick things off. What players could we restructure to free up cap space? Here's the deal, Matt. I'll give you a couple of names. Jimmy Graham, Akiem Hicks, Charles Leno. There's more than that. Stay tuned and subscribe. We're going to do a video on that. Salary cap cut candidates. I'll say in the next 2 weeks. I won't say exactly when, but it's on the list of videos that we plan on doing. So go ahead and subscribe. I will do a video more in depth for you guys on this exact topic. Joey, using hashtag Bears, I appreciate it. What impact will no combine have on the draft? Just added risk? I mean, I think there's already some risk, right? A lot of these players, some players opted out. Some players played less games this year. Some conferences, like Trey Lance at North Dakota State, basically didn't play football. He played one game this year. I think a no combine really hurts him more than a lot of these other guys. Yeah, I think this draft more than any could be a major wild card. Who knows, right? There's some unknown there. It'll be fun, and we're going to break it all down over the next couple of months. Jeremy Johnson, hashtag Bears. If A-Rob walks, could the Bears trade for Odell Beckham? The offseason must be here because the OBJ trade rumors are back. First, hashtag sign AR. You guys know the drill. Go ahead and spam the comments. We want Allen Robinson back, so get that in there. But as far as OBJ goes, I'm kind of out on him at this point, guys. A couple of reasons why. One, hasn't been as productive since going to Cleveland from the Giants. In 22 games, he has good numbers for a full 16-game season, but kind of just above average numbers for 22 games there, I would say. Two, the Browns played a lot better without him. I don't think you can just completely dismiss that. That is meaningful if you ask me. Usually, if your number one receiver goes down, you shouldn't be as good of a football team because your number two receiver gets more focus. The running game gets more focus from defenses. That's a bad sign for OBJ. I'm not that interested. Like I said, hashtag sign AR. A couple of years ago, you could say OBJ was a top 5 receiver in the NFL and clearly better than Allen Robinson. That is not the case anymore. I'll let you guys answer. I don't think it's even close. We'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. Type AR for Allen Robinson. Type OBJ for Odell Beckham Jr. Who's the better player? I think it's clearly AR. Spam it in the comments section. Who is the better receiver right now? Okay, more questions here. How much is Akiem Hicks costing us? Over $10 million next year. You can cut him. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. He'll be on that video. Bears got to make some tough decisions. Akiem Hicks is a culture type of guy, but he's over the age of 30. He's not as productive anymore. Might be better off saving some money by cutting him. Keep it rolling here. Hashtag Bears from MS Sporta D. Let me know. Should we trade Graham, Screen, and Wims for a wide receiver in the draft to replace A-Rob? Jimmy Graham, Buster Screen, and Javon Wims have a combined 0 trade value. Graham's too expensive. Buster Screen stunk this year. And by the way, that concussion never went away the past 2 months of the season. That's worrisome. Javon Wims, he's got no value. So, sure, you can draft a wide receiver to replace A-Rob, but those guys aren't getting you anything. Maybe a team would give you like a 6th or 7th for Graham, but his contract's too expensive. So, yeah, I don't think it's very likely. We got Shark here, hashtag Bears. How many smoking J's for Jimmy G? I'll give it 2. People are talking. I mean, it's definitely not like 3 or 4. Like, it's not a given. Don't bear down because it's not certainly going to happen. But I think that's the type of trade that makes sense, right? It's safe because it's not going to cost as much. He's year to year. If it burns out on you, you can cut him next year. You can fire your staff, and you can restart in 2022. I'll give it 2 smoking J's. People are definitely talking about a Jimmy G trade. Something that's for smoking Jays is you guys need to get going with Bet Rivers and make some money. It's championship weekend in the NFL, and I, for one, am very excited. Get that 100% deposit match at chatsports.com/betil, chatsports.com/betin. If you're in Illinois, Indiana, you can place a bet, but you can sign up and deposit from anywhere. Maybe you'll be in one of those states later on, and you can place some bets while you are there. I want to tell you guys about my bets this weekend. Now, if you're watching this at a later date, these lines have maybe changed, but I love the Packers at -3.5 against the Bucs. At home, cold weather. I trust Aaron Rodgers and snow more than Tom Brady. Sorry. Green Bay Bucks under 51 points. Again, bad weather game. I know these teams can score, but I think this is one of those huddle up, run the play clock down type of games, less possessions. I think it could be like, 27-20, but I like the under 51 there. And then if Mahomes plays, I love the Chiefs -3. If he's ruled out, stay away from that game. I have no idea what to expect. But if Mahomes is out there, I love Kansas City -3 against the Bills. Go make some money with Bet Rivers. Got a super chat. Lots of those today. Appreciate it. If the Bears are swinging for the fences on quarterback, who's a better fit, Watson or Lawrence? Watson. We know what Deshaun Watson is. And you're not getting the number 1 pick. Sorry. It's not going to happen. So, and why would you're going to have to trade similar amounts for the number 1 pick. So why not trade for the proven commodity? You know what I mean? Lawrence is perfect for Jacksonville because they're a team that needs a couple of years to build. Go get the rookie. Deshaun Watson, though, that's a guy you can win with right now. Ty to Bear, lots of Watson questions. We trade Johnson, Fuller, and a first for Watson. Guys, 1 first-round pick? No. There's no chance the Texans do that. Hunter Grant, how many smoking Jays for Mac Jones? I'll still give it just 2. There's a ton of quarterback options out there. So you can't go really higher than 2 for any quarterback right now. People are talking. I've talked myself into it, but I'm not even kidding when I say this. About 15 guys could be the starting quarterback for the Bears next year. It could be anybody. No other team has this question mark this big when it comes to quarterback than Chicago does. Nixon, #Bears, Terrace Marshall or Tylan Wallace or Seth Williams if we lose A-Rob. I like Terrace Marshall a lot. I think he's a fringe round 1 guy, maybe a trade down candidate. If you can get Tylan Wallace in the 2nd or 3rd round, he would have been a first-round pick last year before the injury. Went back to college at Oklahoma State. I like him on day 2. Seth Williams I'm not as high on, but Marshall and Wallace, 2 really good players. Again, I'm still a #sign AR, but how about sign AR and draft Tylan Wallace in round 3? That could be fun. You could talk me into that. Got a few more questions. I'm being told it's a bad question. Should the Bears trade Mitch and 3 first-round picks for Watson? Well, you have to tag Mitch to trade him, and his tag price is $20 million. Not going to happen. 3 firsts and something else for Watson? Absolutely. Leslie, who should the Bears be interested in if Allen Robinson walks? And you guys are keeping it really original today. I guess Kenny Golladay, but my answer is not going to change. You guys can keep asking. I'm team sign Allen Robinson until someone else does. If someone else signs him, we can explore. I'll probably do a video of potential Allen Robinson replacements because you guys love talking about it, but I just want to bring him back, and I'm going to stay positive and hope he does come back. Adit Roja, would ownership consider selling the team? No. If the Bears have a couple more lackluster seasons and Bears fans are still mad, who could buy, and what immediate changes would come? Guys, the McCaskies aren't selling the team. They make billions of dollars every year being owners of the Bears. Why would they do it? It's a business at the end of the day. Oh, here's a good question. Why don't we talk the truth how the Bears screwed Trubisky's development, having 2 head coaches, 3 offensive coordinators, and expecting him to play 2 games into his rookie season? When you get drafted number 2 overall, you're going to be thrown into the fire. That's number 1 on that. Yeah, I get it. Different coaches. Why did the coaches have to change? Because the quarterback wasn't playing that well. That's kind of how that works, guys. And keep in mind, Matt Nagy, he wasn't a part of drafting Trubisky. That was a Ryan Pace pick. Nagy was in Kansas City still and was higher on Mahomes and Watson, by the way, in his scouting profiles. I get it. It hasn't been the easiest situation for Mitch, but he's had a legitimate number 1 receiver, an elite defense. He had plenty of opportunities to prove himself. And by the way, I'm going to mention this too. I've seen comments of some of you guys saying, oh, if Deshaun Watson had the same situation, he would be Mitch would be better in Houston, Watson better in Chicago. That's just not true. Watson would be so much better than Trubisky was with the Bears. Subscribe to the channel. I'm giving you my honest takes. Like I said, if you guys don't like them, well, maybe I'm not for you. Hit that big red button and subscribe. The latest news, rumors, authenticity from me. Our mailbags only come from our live shows, so make sure you subscribe for those as well. And more Bears videos every single day. Hit that subscribe button. It's going to be a very fun off season. All right, a couple more here. Preston Miller, most important needs on defense. You need more. How about Eddie Goldman coming back? You need a true nose tackle. I don't think we talked about enough his absence this year. They really missed him on the interior. And I'll say another safety. What do you do with Tayshaun Gibson? Does he come back? I thought he played pretty well for this team. another edge rusher, but you're kind of stuck with Robert Quinn. You just got to hope he improves. I don't think you have major needs on defense. I think you need some fine-tuning with your scheme. That's what I think you need. I think you need a more aggressive defensive coordinator for Chicago. Thacker Fromm, should they draft Ian Book in the 4th or 5th round? Hell no. Maybe 6th or 7th. Guys, you want to talk project? Ian Book is a minuscule version of Mitch Trubisky, like a way worse version. Similar, mobile, creative, doesn't have a strong arm though, bad decision maker, doesn't read defenses well. He's not that good. I hate to say it. Ian Book will be a random Bears player if it happens, but name a random Bears player from any time in history. Want an example? How about Johnny Knox? You guys remember him? Caleb Haney? That's what I'm talking about when I say random Bears player. Guys that have been forgotten about. How about that? Name a random Bears player, former or current. Former makes more sense. Go ahead and let me know in the comments section.